Greetings. The coronavirus pandemic is many things: a human tragedy, a history-altering event, and a humbling experience for all of us. Still, few entities have been more humbled than the U.S. government during this crisis. We see that in the ad hoc, disconnected, sloppy way it has struggled to make life or death, depression or not decisions on testing, modeling, social distancing, and stimulating the economy. Now, that's not what needed to happen with a challenge like coronavirus, and it's not what's supposed to happen in national security, because we've learned this lesson before. During World War II, Franklin Roosevelt liked to call himself a juggler. He tried to run the war with just a handful of aides and in personal correspondence with Winston Churchill, and liked to keep just about everyone else, including his own vice president, in the dark. But Roosevelt's juggling maddened those in Washington who were uncomfortable with one person making such high-stakes decisions and in such a high-risk undertaking by the seat of his pants. So in the years after his death, Congress and some of Roosevelt's successors created the National Security Council and the National Security Advisor to bring order to government. The result was not perfect order, but at least a regular order, a reliable framework for how U.S. foreign policy decisions were made from one administration to the other. The point of the system was to connect all the dots with what was happening around the world. An earthquake in Mexico, a coup in the Middle East, an economic crisis in Asia. It connects all the parts in government, not just the military and diplomatic corps, but also Treasury, Commerce, CDC, and state and local governments. The rough contours of that system still exist today. The National Security Council still meets, the National Security Advisor still shows up at the White House every day. But it's a shell of what it's supposed to be and what government grew used to and the world relied upon. So what happened? Over the last 20 years, Washington has given the president the right and the power to reshape that system, what it focused on, who staffed it, and how it worked. Unfortunately, Donald Trump wanted to return back and go back to Rooseveltian juggling, meeting less regularly, relying on few advisors, working on fewer transnational issues. One thing he did was he downgraded, downsized, and did away with parts of the NSC staff, including the parts of it that focused on global health and pandemics. As a result, we've seen in the crisis that the dots haven't been connected. Now, the good news is that regular order seems to be making a comeback. For example, Dr. Birx and others have been added to the NSC staff to bring expertise and regular meetings to the situation. And I assume and I believe we'll see more of that in the weeks ahead. After all, you don't miss the regular order until it's gone. Thank you, stay safe, and take care.